Hello everyone, and welcome to the game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from BrowncoatRebel, and he is in New Mexico. The Tier 6 US battleship is on the map Trident in a 3-point domination game. It's a Tier 6 battle, which is amazing for Tier 6 ships. There is a carrier around and there is only one destroyer. Now I'm featuring a lot of high tier battles, but today we are a little bit more mid tier. To mix it up a little bit. Now the friendly destroyer is in the center. He is trying to take the B cap, which is nice. Doesn't look like there is much happening there. The enemy carrier decided to drop here on the left flank instead of go spot a destroyer, which is amazing. Now the friendly carrier, meanwhile, well, I guess he's also not in the mood to go destroyer hunting. But then again, the enemy destroyer doesn't seem to be interested in taking caps so far. So we have no indication where that guy is. Now only one destroyer makes this a little bit... Oh, that was a nice salvo. Only one destroyer means there isn't like the need for everyone in the team to go support this guy. He was able to take B without an issue, and he probably will go towards C the way he's looking right now. But that means the friendlies might still wanna at least defend the left flank and stop the enemy from pushing too hard. Now the enemy carrier seems to be coming in for a drop here. That is a Nuremberg that's hopefully going down soon. I mean, he's quite a bit broadside there. And there you go, that's first blood. So off to a decent start. The friendlies are one ship ahead now. They are a cap ahead, and actually is that Farragut not... Oh, he's... should be moving C, right? I think he's moving. So anyway, we have, well, BrowncoatRebel here and 3 cruisers. So more than enough to hold the flank against. But it looks like 2 enemies pushing, although there is some support income. Now, meanwhile, we know kinda where the enemy destroyer is at. But so far he isn't really going for the caps, so... no big deal there. The friendly Graf Spee here is a little bit too aggressive for being a cruiser. It doesn't have smoke or any way to actually stay hidden here behind this island. So I feel like this guy's probably going down and not getting a cap there. But destroyer is on his way. So far everything seems be going pretty good. Now all the friendlies want to do here on this left flank, by the way, is just harass this enemy, stop the Virginia and the Duke from actually pushing too hard. Because like the enemy is kind of setting up a crossfire if you let them come this way. That's like, the friendly ships here have this island to prevent the north from shooting them, therefore blocking the crossfire. But if they push too far on the left, then I'd be in a bit of a problem potentially. Now the friendly team has here a large force in the center, quite aggressive, but potentially in a decent position. I think the New York and Diffuser should, although... well, I mean, they could push a little bit more north, like here a little bit north of C. Because the whole, like, 9-10 line, well, 8-9-10 line seems to be open. So if the New York and Diffuser were pushing a little bit north, then they'd get some good crossfires on the enemy team that's running away there. Now, meanwhile, BrowncoatRebel is still just trying to delay this enemy push here. And, well, I mean, he technically has some very good firing angles on this Virginia. But, you know, RNG saith no. Now, the Duke also seems to be going down quite nicely. The friendlies just lost the cruiser. You know, the friendlies are currently one ship behind, which, and it's not a big deal. Also, that Graf Spee seems to actually, like, maybe that island is better covered than I expected. So that Graf Spee is doing pretty well. So considering that, well, I guess the 8-9-10 line is empty, maybe the enemies can't really get firing angles on him, so... I might have been mistaken, judging his position there. Now BrowncoatRebel has to be careful, right? He's currently pushing a little bit closer to this Virginia, but if he keeps pushing this way, he will open up his broadsides to a Fuso, a Bayern, an Omaha. It could hurt quite a bit if he continues too far on this path, and that's probably why he is slowing down here. Now, I mean, let's take a look here. Well, I mean, technically his broadside is already open. He is pushed a little bit too far in there. So let's hope that the enemy doesn't get some good shots at him. Of course, at the lower tiers you go, the less accurate the battleships are at the longer ranges. So this Virginia is suffering quite a bit there. Let's hope that he's going down within the next few salvos, because, I mean, the West Virginia has some very dangerous guns. And you definitely don't want this guy to get off a good salvo when he is close.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
So, that's one enemy he dealt with. Now let's see if they can't just finally sink this Stuka there. That Stuka pushed quite a bit too far potentially. Now meanwhile the other flank is, like, the enemy is kinda getting a bit more aggressive there, and the friendlies are a little bit too aggressive. Like, we just lost the Furutake. I'm not sure why that Furutake was pushing into such a massive fleet as a cruiser. Like, the friendly team has all the advantages. They do have the caps, they do have the points. What they want to do is they want to play this careful, they want to play this safe. There is really no need for overly risky maneuvers. Meanwhile, Browncoat is still just trying to take out this Stuka, and he was expecting the Stuka to turn right here, but well, I guess the Stuka saw this one coming and is just going towards the zone wall, and now he dropped into concealment. But friendly carrier is on the way, and even if the carrier can't sink the Stuka, he can at the very least spot her. Now meanwhile we have Bayern coming also this way. Let's see, Bayern is already angling. Now the Dukel meanwhile is spotted and under attack of the carrier. So let's see if the carrier can finish this. And Duke is low. The Duke is now squished against zone wall, so his engine power is reduced, and well, he's not in a good position to maneuver. And when he's a sitting duck, then the Duke isn't really all that tanky, you see. So unfortunately, the friendly team has suffered heavy losses here in the center, and the enemy team is actually starting to push forward. Now the friendlies still have points advantage, and maybe they can make that work in their favor. This Bayern here is definitely a bit isolated, and therefore a good target for the carrier. And well, we have here the Emil, we have Browncoat here, and the carrier also seems to be on this way, so they should easily be able to deal with this Bayern. Unfortunately though, the friendlies are just losing more and more ships. This Farragut is trying to desperately defend here, and he took out the enemy destroyer, but like, he's up against two cruisers. Unless he can hide in smoke, he's probably going down soon. Unfortunately, the New York and the Fuso never really got in a good position, and they are just not really where the friendlies need them. Although maybe they can get some nice shots against those cruisers. That would certainly be helpful. Now friendly destroyer is down, and the friendlies are really, really suffering here. So this is going to be a hard game to come back from. And that was a somewhat risky torpedo launch there. So the enemy carrier is coming in here, and shells are on the way. Now our New Mexico currently has his anti-air actually reinforced on the left side. Considering where the carrier is, that's... well, I mean, I don't know, maybe it will help for the next drop. Actually it does. That's a bit unfortunate. In the replay you can't really see when somebody switches the reinforcement side. Like down here on the left you see which side is currently reinforced, but you can't see them actually switching. So you always have to keep an eye on the bottom left if you want to know what the anti-air is doing. Now meanwhile, nice broadside buy-in. 6 penetrations, and that's 1 less buy-in. Now unfortunately it's still not looking all that great points wise. I mean ship wise. Still looking great points wise, by the way, but it's over 7 minutes left, and 7 minutes is a very long time. Now the enemy cruisers that are pushing in here are pretty broadside to that Fuso, so we can only hope that that Fuso can devastate 1 or 2 of them, and that the carrier can actually get away here. Now meanwhile, low health New York. Will Browncoat be able to finish off that New York? Well, probably. Unfortunately not with this salvo. And there is a carrier attack. On the bright side, the last heal is almost ready. Now there isn't that much healable damage here yet. Well, there might be a bit more soon. Considering that the carrier is coming in for another pass. So the New York is trying to heal, but BrowncoatRebel will have none of that. The Kraken's unleashed, and unfortunately it's still a 3 against 5 battle. The friendly battleship here got taken out, and the enemy cruisers still seem to be fine. They are pushing the friendly carrier heavily. The friendly carrier will probably not be able to escape here. And in comes the enemy carrier drop here. So Browncoat is on fire, but I mean he is countering that fire with his heal right now. Now he is also technically trying to take the A cap, but you know, there is way too much incoming fire for him to ever be able to cap here. But what he can do is potentially devastate a broadside Omaha here. And that would certainly be rather helpful. Shells out, and well, 6 overpens. I mean, the 6 overpens hurt, but they didn't hurt quite enough. Now he's trying to maneuver a little bit here, maybe dodge a few Omaha shells, maybe dodge the carrier, but it's like the next Omaha is also getting in on the fun, I suppose. The problem is he's on very low health and he's out of heals, and all he has left to help him is an Emil. And the sad part is the friendlies still have a ton of points, it's just that they lost way too many ships in the center. And you not only need points at a certain time, you also need ships. Like, if the friendly team just had played this more carefully, they could have used the points and just win that way. But you know, a massive points advantage is only really useful if you manage to reach the 1000, or if you can't just use them when the time runs out. But unfortunately, the friendlies lost their ships too fast. And this seems to be a defeat. Unless the Emil can, I don't know, detonate everything he sees. Not gonna happen. I mean, the carrier alone will just farm this Emil without the Emil having much of a chance to do anything about it. So he is going down here, and this is going to be a defeat. So here we are with the results. BrowncoatRebel earned himself 1303 base experience, and unfortunately he just couldn't carry hard enough. He achieved Kraken in the first blood, scoring 105,000 points of damage, sinking 6 enemies, but you know, you can't win them all, I guess. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys next time.